What's up?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of 15 Minutes of Fame. I'm your host, Nikki, and this is Inside the Bars. Today we have with us a very special guest that I'm super excited about. None other than Saga.
What's good, y'all? Full Horseman, Sensei Saga. Yeah, we here. I'm excited to be here. This is my first time being here in a while. So it's been a little while, so I'm happy to be here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. First of all, have you seen the show?
Yes, big fan of the Murder Mook interview and the T-Top, stuff like that. So definitely, you know, I'm picking up game on what you're doing here.
Really? All right, so like I said, this is Inside the Bars, and we're going to dig into your rounds for your latest battle, which you just battled Snake Eyes. Congratulations on your success with that.
Thank you, man. Shouts to URL, the band series. Yeah, we just had a crazy battle with Snake Eyes the day that they had the face-offs for the Strike 2.5.
Okay.
And I'm glad, it's being well received so far. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So many positive comments I see, both on your page and on YouTube. All right, so let's get started. Let's get into round one. Now, before we get into that, you're a man of faith.
Right.
And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Because I'm strong in my faith as well.
Come on now.
And I just wanted to know, what all did you have to do to prepare for this particular battle?
It's always a process for me to write for battles. It takes me a little while because, besides going over the regular routine of, watching their battles and picking out flaws, I definitely want to make sure I get in my word.
Okay.
Prayer is definitely key. Make sure I'm saying what God is ordaining me to say. So, like I mentioned in my third, not to really skip, but like how I mentioned, we had, a lack of time to prepare.
Okay.
It was like a lot of that stuff was really, it was under the pressure. But, besides just, doing the regular, watching their battles, I like to pray, get on my word a lot to make sure that everything I'm saying can be specifically for that opponent.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I definitely, I can see that you do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into round one. Now, you started off the round and you said, this is what it comes down to. I'm peeping doubt. There's so many unspoken truths in battle rap, and I'm going to start speaking it out. You said, first of all, it feels good to be back in New York. Last time I was here, y'all put the demon in route.
Right.
Well, once again, it repeats. Think Genesis 3, they threw a snake from the apple at him to even it out.
Yeah. Explain that?
That was hard. I mean...
Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping to get to that bar before he got to it. You know what I mean? I was hoping he didn't really have too many, like, snake Bible bars, but he didn't have any.
Wait, okay, so, does it matter to you who goes first?
I think he won the coin toss and I went first. I wouldn't mind going second, you know what I mean? Because I have the ability to freestyle if need be. But I didn't have an issue going first in this battle. Okay.
So the reason why that's, like I said, and anyone that knows me knows I'm serious about my faith.
Right.
And I do study, like, this is not the only stuff that I study. I do study the word. So Genesis 3, I was proud.
Yes. Thank you.
And I appreciated that. Okay, so we're going to skip down a little bit. You said, well, not skip down, it's actually the next thing. You said, and I don't rock with you, bum. We could have fought it out at your crib. It's unfamiliar, and you get a not where you from.
That's crazy, though.
What?
I don't rock with you, bum. We could have fought at your crib till it's unfamiliar, and you get a not where you from. That's crazy. All right, I'm not going. It's not to glorify myself. I'm just saying I appreciate what I did, but
I appreciate it too. That's why this show is so important. But it's, what's so funny? A lot of you MCs, y'all come up here and y'all don't realize how crazy what y'all say is until I say it.
Yeah, I was already thinking about it. Like, I didn't get much reaction in the building for it.
We're gonna talk about that too.
Yeah, but that was one of them joints. It was like a little sneaky, you know what I mean? One of the little sneaky punches thrown there.
Okay, so start from the "and I don't rock with you, bum" and go down.
And I don't rock with you, bum. We could have fought at your crib till it's unfamiliar, and you get a knot where you from. I ran away, came back to the father like the prodigal son. And since I'm here, I'll give you 2 bands. My bad, Snake, is not the profit you funds. I'm talking 2 bands. It'll go from a URL to a hospital one.
And I thought that was dope because the series is the band series.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just a great play on words.
Yeah. I was trying to like going over that bar with the Horsemen. They were kind of hit or miss on it when I said it to them. They didn't, because they needed visuals. You know what I mean? And we're on the phone. So
right.
I was like, yo, what do y'all think about this? Like me saying, you know, it went from a URL to a hospital one. They were like, what band do you get in the hospital? I said, a hospital band. It was like, oh, okay. Like they needed to see it. So like I've been working on trying to get my performance to another level to bring these punches to life a little bit more.
And I definitely did see a lot of performance in this, but we're going to get to all those. So so far in the little that we did, we saw the "Not Where You From." That was a little bit of a performance, and I think you did do the band thing.
Yeah, I did like the
right.
My wrist, yeah.
So we see that. All right, so let's jump down just a little bit. I like this. You said I came with a point to prove because the fans say since I left the. Did you say set?
Yeah, since I left the set, I'm a goner.
The irony.
The irony. I left the exile and got exiled. See, that was a little sneaky one as well.
Okay, so we're gonna go back. Keep going.
I left the exile and got exiled. See, that was a lesson in karma. Y'all disrespected my honor, but in hindsight, the blessing in it was like I was left in Wakanda. Because throwing dirt on me allowed me to reconnect with the Father.
That was dope. Now, there's a few things here that I want to dissect. Now, the irony part, you were a member of NWX.
I was a member of NWX. Yeah.
Okay, talk about that.
So, yeah, in that line, even the line, because everything I like to do, and you'll notice when you break down every round, everything is said in chronological order. Like there's a story to every round. Everything makes sense leading. It's not just a random punches. Everything makes sense bleeding into the next thought. So saying, you get a hospital band, whatever. And now I go because I came with a point to prove. Because the people saying I left NWX and I'm a goner. And the irony, I left the exile and got exiled. See, that was a lesson in karma. Like saying people were saying that since I left NWX, my career wouldn't amount to anything. I was the weakest link, and I'm the weakest link in the Horsemen. So I had a lot to prove at this point. Okay. And we're in band. It's more of a grittier environment. So saying I left the exile, left that lane that I had, and the moment I left, I was out of URL for almost a year. My last battle. Before I came back and battled B Magic was Tink the Demon, and that was a year apart. Right. So my last battle was NWX when I was with them, and then I left, and I wasn't heard from in a year. So I left the exile and got exiled. See, that was a lesson in karma.
Right, yeah. And I thought that was dope. I thought it was dope because as a fan,
right.
I don't want to say that you have a point to prove, but I can see why you think you have a point to prove. Right. I don't know if it's because you're a man of faith that the respect is not shown to you as it should be.
I wouldn't say it's a man of faith because you see people like my brother Loso. You know what I'm saying? Where's he at? Like Loso, A Ward Street. Available on theoutsiders.com. Get your Four Horsemen shirt. But like you see men of faith being well received in other avenues. I think I had more to prove because people always had something to say about me. Like even in NWX, I was the weakest link. I create the Horsemen, and I'm the weakest of something I hope to bring to life. But
who?
No, what were you gonna say?
Who considers you the weakest in the Horsemen?
The fans. You know what I mean?
Wow.
The fans. Now, obviously, with all due respect, Loso is he's had an amazing year. He's had an amazing 2 years if you think about it. A Ward is very exceptional over there at King of the Dot Killing, and Streethems is definitely gaining the respect over at Bullpen. But they just didn't want to see me at all. It was kind of it was the matchups that I had against Chest and a lot of these other dudes that they just like, we give up on him. So a lot of people just wrote me off early.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, it's interesting to hear you say that, because you look in the comments, like for this particular battle, people are like, yo, Saga's pen is crazy. He doesn't get the respect he deserves. Like, people are saying, one person in particular, I should have screenshotted, but the guy was like, well, guy or girl, I don't know. They said that you would get more respect if you weren't a Christian battle rapper. And I thought that was interesting. I don't know why that is. It's kind of sad.
I mean, they think that we as Christians, or we as Christian battle rappers in this instance, we're kind of like, we use our Christianity as a crutch. You know what I mean? We're kind of limiting ourselves. Like, we're fighting with one hand behind our back in the situation. Because we're limiting what we can say. But I think that's what makes us better as artists and as battle rappers, because we're limiting what we say, and you have the freedom to say whatever you want, and we're still making it clear like on who's winning every battle with all the ammunition you have, and we're fighting with quote unquote our hands behind our back, and we're still giving you a fight for your life. It's different, you know.
Your battle with Shotgun was, oh man.
Shouts to Suge. Listen, I need y'all to get, like, I think we're 10,000 more views away from 1 million views. Like,
really?
Yeah, me and Suge. Like,
wow.
10,000 more views away from 1 million views.
Your first mill?
No, my second.
Second mill. Okay.
First mill was the 2-on-2 with John and Big T.
So no, this
John,
is
John,
your.
This is my. This will be my. Yeah.
Alone.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Big T versus Clips doesn't have 1 million views.
Oh.
John versus Clips doesn't have 1 million views.
Okay.
John versus Big T doesn't have 1 million views. All of them by themselves, those 3 battles in particular, when they all individually battle each other, they don't have 1 million views.
Wow.
So all 4 of us in here got 1 million views together. That's all. But in the case for this, me and Suge, we're at like 990,000 or 10,000 of you, 10,000 views away from 1 million views, and this will be my first 1 million view one-on-one.
Right. One-on-one.
Crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy for me. But
you definitely deserve it.
Thank you. Shouts to Suge, man. That was a great one. It is one thing. When we get, I guess we're gonna talk about Snake and the aggressiveness. But you know, Suge was the first one to initiate that, like how to handle myself under that kind of composure. I
was very proud how you handled yourself during that battle.
Right.
Now this part that we're on, that Wakanda line was fire.
Yes.
You hear people say this whole Wakanda thing, but this particular what do you call it, angle that you took was different, because normally you hear the Wakanda, you know, they use the word itself, or you hear the like T-Top did the flap in his lips.
That was fire.
Tay-Rock, I forgot what it was that he did. He did a Wakanda bar too, but this one is fire because
even Jay Mills had one. It was really bad. Said I would have killed. If the child should have hired me, I would have killed Killmonger. That was just really bad. But you know, it was really bad. It was bad. But you know, that's neither here nor there. Wakanda. I just want to take a different approach on it. You know, like a
different approach.
I thought about it, and it like I said, everything builds into a story. Everything bleeds in. Like them talking about me allowed me to like sit back and be like, you know what, I need to reconnect with God. At this point, I can't allow myself. So them throwing dirt on me allowed me.
Yes, because in the movie, when he went to sleep?
Yeah, after you get initiated as a king, you have to like get like you take the joint, right? And then they bury you in order to reconnect with your ancestors.
Right.
And like he got a chance to speak with his dad.
Yes.
And like
that's what you were saying in the car. But I didn't get it in the car. Yeah. But I didn't know it had something to do with Black Panther.
In hindsight, the blessing in it was like I was left in Wakanda, because throwing dirt on me allowed me to reconnect with the Father. You know
that was hard. That was hard.
Yeah, that was
because you know, us as believers, we know that when we go through those rough times, that's when we get closer to God.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so let's jump down a little bit. Okay, so let me just put it like this.
Yeah, run it.
All right, so here is one of my absolute favorite lines that you said in your first round. And you said, "We more the same. Besides the fact that your sight, that your sight on the gross off side."
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to hear it a little before we start, but we just jumped into it right away.
Let's do it.
That's true.
Yeah. I always hear it just a little bit, just so I could get in the zone. We more the same. Besides the fact that your sight
on the gross offside,
my vision always stuck on Christ. We both cross-eyed.
Stuck right in that.
This is the most she's been excited since all the ones we did. I ain't gonna lie.
Right in that bar, you know how long I stood? I stood at least for 3-4 days. And mind you, we only had 2 weeks to write. I stood for 3-4 days trying to figure out what the hell rhymes with we both cross-eyed. Like, I'm like, the gross offside. I'm like,
so you had cross-eyed first.
Like, I'm so ready trying to, like, syllable, like, I'm like, this fraud lies. The only time you got metal text is when you chalk lines. Mind you, I had a Stone Cold jacket on, and on the sleeve, it said Stone Cold, and it was in metal. It had, like, it was a metallic font.
During the battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had I said, this fraud lies. The only time you got metal text, and is when it's the chalk line jacket. So the only time you got metal text, and it's like a metal font, and the snake is wrapped around it. So the only time you got metal text is when you chalk lines. This is a chalk line jacket too. Shots chalk line. The only time you got metal text is when you chalk lines. If your squad tweaking, crossbreeding, snake getting hog tied.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
We more the same. Besides the fact that your sight on a gross offside, my vision's always stuck on Christ. We both cross-eyed.
Pause, because this is one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Now,
Chalkline, you need to sponsor me, man. You need to sponsor me. What's good? I need more jackets every battle. What's good? But anyway, go ahead.
Uncle Ron's like, oh, this like Bible study.
Listen, you learn from it though. Like, I was just throwing these little quick little Bible verses in it, not trying to drown them with the gospel, but like give them moments like, oh, hold on, wait, let me look that up. I said certain verses so they can go back and.
You know what's so crazy is if you don't study or read you wouldn't understand. But I feel like your opponent was so perfect, and his name was perfect. Everything was so. It worked out so well.
Worked out amazing for it. It was like Tink the Demon when that whole third round. I said stop. Like if you play me with demon, you know what I mean. So yeah, continue.
Okay, so I love this. In the back of the trenches, raps. I'm back in the trenches. Raps are relentless, license to kill, and I renew mine like the act of repentance.
Yes.
Renew mine, but renew mind. Act of repentance. Romans 12:2
right
says.
Come on, take us there. You hear this? Come on, she's ready. Like let's go. Talk about it.
Romans 12:2 says, "Be not conformed to this mind, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind."
Amen.
So
right.
Have the church up there.
I'm back in the trenches.
Beautiful.
I'm back in the trenches. Raps are relentless, licensed to kill, and I renewed mine like the act of repentance. You ain't peep the rap from a distance. Smack been setting you up. Take your last 2 matches, for instance. He gave you someone known for knocking people out, then give you someone that brings them back to their senses.
Beautiful.
Yo, that's like
beautiful.
Oh, it's real.
Fire.
Sensei Saga is here.
Fire.
What is it that you do? This? What is?
It's just this right here. You know what I mean? Like.
Beautiful, but that was my favorite one. But also 2 Corinthians 5:17. But we're not going to get into that.
Man found in Christ, made brand new. Old life is gone, and new life has begun.
Yes. See, that's when you.
Now what this does? What's the name of this show? Inside the Bar.
Yes.
It's a nice show. I like this show.
I like this show. Do you like this show?
Because what it does, I was gonna watch the battle anyway. I'm sitting here like this is the first time we're doing this, and I haven't seen the battle.
Right, you normally watch it.
You're making me want to see the battle. And if anybody watching this and you haven't seen this battle and so far don't want to see the battle, you're bugging.
But it's so crazy because
I just want to say that.
It's so crazy because I'm watching the battle and I know, and I'm screaming at the damn screen like, talk, like I'm going crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm going crazy because
I was not trying to play around this battle.
Like, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I was dumb hype. But anyway.
Let's keep going. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, so let me jump down. And you said that third round when you brought out Bonnie, I don't respect you.
I understand, clown.
But it makes sense. You a serpent, manipulate the woman to bring the man down. Again, if you don't know, right, Uncle Rod, you heard what I just said? So we know in the book of Genesis.
But why are you telling this and not him? It's
sorry.
Inside the Bar.
Yeah,
you bring it down.
You know this. She's so excited about it. which I love. You know what I mean? When people are excited about my material, it just makes me feel good about
because
the effort
I'm looking at the
you know
people in the crowd, and I'm just like, y'all ain't catch that. But then again, of course, not they wouldn't catch it. I mean, not that they wouldn't, but you know, whatever.
Nah, they caught it very well.
Yeah, that one they caught.
Like,
that one they caught because who doesn't know the story?
Your plan's foul.
You know?
Your plan's foul. That third round when you brought out Bonnie, I don't respect or understand, clown. But it makes sense. You a serpent. Manipulate the woman to bring the man down.
So
it fit perfectly. Like honestly, like when you have certain matchups, you can't plan out a moment any more perfect than that.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like literally, like even with Swave, where you know I battle with Swave Sever when he battled Tink the Demon. I did the whole exorcism thing, right? And then immediately after, who does Tink have after Swave? Me.
Okay.
You know what I mean, so like certain things match up, but then it's crazy because with Snake Eyes, he battled Mav right before me and brought out Bonnie. His name is Snake, and he used a woman to discredit a man. The same way the serpent used Eve,
right,
to bring down the like, you know, it's just it just perfect in its in every way.
And you know what's so crazy? I mean? People be acting like they not. Can I say this? People be acting like they're not believers. Like there are more believers that watch battle rap than they would like to admit. I personally
take me, for instance, I'm a believer. I just don't go to church.
Right.
I'm not a fan of the church. I'm not a fan of the people giving the message.
Okay.
I don't mind hearing the message.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's it. So there are people like me. There are people that just know enough. There are people that are more interested. There are people that are probably going to get more interested just because they watch this.
Right.
So you just have so many different types of people and types of beliefs.
Right.
How much they believe.
Yeah, so, that's true. That's true.
I think all in all, that's why, you know, that's why I feel like people like me and my brothers are so important to the culture. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be a lot of people, and you may not know, there's a lot of people who are battle rappers who are of the faith, but they'll never proclaim it. But I feel like when you have people...
Christian battle rappers?
There are more...
There's a league.
There are more... No, I'm not talking about just that. I'm not talking about Christian battle rappers. I'm talking about battle rappers who are Christian. You know what I mean?
That were raised.
Yeah, like they still go to church, but it's like they still, you know what I mean? But I think when you have people like me, Loso, Street Hymns, A-Ward to kind of set the standard for, you know, people who are unashamed, no matter where they're at, it gives people a little more hope to be like, you know what? Yeah, I shouldn't be ashamed of why I serve God. I shouldn't be ashamed to say I go to church or my, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's stuff like that. But I feel like, you know, all in all, I feel like we're very important to the culture. I think when it's all said and done, will be just as important as like, you know, like the Mooks and the Lux.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
And it's so dope that battle rap is such a negative sport, you know, and y'all snuck in here, man. Y'all snuck in and y'all here. It ain't like y'all just dipped in and dipped out. Like y'all planted your feet down.
That's a fact. We're here. Like we're here. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
a fact.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to this round.
This is all still first round. That's crazy. We're like only 12 bars in. Like this is only 12 bars into the first round.
All first round.
We ain't even. Go ahead. I'm just letting you know. This is why I got it 3-0.
Oh my God.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. What's up, Snake? He's gonna watch this.
I can't deal with you. All right, you waving the banger. Sometimes I really.
You waving a banger.
You know, so I hate saying certain words.
That's all good.
Banger?
Yeah.
You're waving a banger.
Because I can't say it like the way y'all say it, you know?
You waving
like,
a banger.
Say it.
You waving a banger. You waving a banger. Well, a few hits will make him change his behavior. These will make Snake rattle and roll like it came with a Saga. I'm displaying his anger, but at the same time giving praise to the Savior. But as soon as he heard the fruit, Snake is in danger.
Okay, let's talk about that. It got a crazy reaction. Listen, I didn't even know what that sound was, so I put 2 exclamation marks.
What is the fruit?
Yeah. No, I mean I couldn't spell it.
Okay, hold on.
It wasn't onomatopoeia. I couldn't spell it.
It's this sound.
So
okay.
So would you have somebody press it?
But as soon as he heard Snake is in danger.
So wait, you had somebody press it?
Well, I guess I could reveal the secret now. It is what it is. So basically, I cued the sound myself, put it up in Pro Tools, made it real loud, make sure I was good on it, and I had my phone synced to a Bluetooth speaker that my boy Kevin, who's standing right behind me. He's really dark.
The dark skinned one. Yeah, I figured
he had it in his pocket, in his front pocket, and my boy standing behind him. We went over the line. And I said, whenever I get to this part, just press the button. So we went over it a few times, and it went off. Even in the,
I'm so glad he was paying attention.
Like he was paying. No, he knows. I'm like, I don't play around. If I actually do something, just hold me down, please.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. I'm like, if
that's me.
You can get hype all you want, but just know when I say this line leading into it, because a 4-bar build up.
Yeah.
When I say this line, you shut everything down and just hold me down for this moment. So we got to the line, and he pressed the button. And the whole room just erupted.
Yes,
like,
it definitely got the reaction.
And the sound was even loud. I had a mic on. Obviously, they didn't know I was going to do it. But in the room, it was so loud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was a small space, right?
And that was smart how you did it, because I know a lot of times I thought leagues wouldn't do it because you're giving, it's like the whole Calico thing.
Yeah.
And I know Cal was probably like, yo, that's fucked up that y'all gave him access to do this.
Right.
And, and spice up his round. You know what I mean? So I think if they didn't do that, it might not have hit as hard. You know what I mean?
Right,
they had no idea. Everybody was in shock at the same time.
Yeah, it worked out,
and that's dope that you created a way to do it on your own. So
yeah, definitely. It worked out.
So,
I appreciate that.
As soon as he heard it, Snake is in danger. I think for those who kind of know
the game,
I'm a big fan. I'm a big gamer. You know what I mean? Growing up off PlayStation and stuff like that. So that's the famous sound.
You look like a gamer.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Growing up, I grew up off games, wrestling, and in church, you know what I mean? Besides, getting in my little trouble. But, that's a famous sound from Metal Gear Solid, so Metal Gear Solid is a player named Snake. And whenever, his name is Snake.
Yeah, they know. I just one of the movies.
One of the games.
So Metal Gear Solid is a famous.
And it was a snake too.
Famous franchise in PlayStation. And whenever he's running from guards, and you have to be very sneaky. So if they notice you, or they hear a sound, you hear like they notice you're there. So that's when you need to get under a little joint or hide. So like as soon as you hear it, Snake is in danger. You gotta be careful. So it's like it.
Oh, that's even more.
As soon as you hear that means Snake is in danger. He bled harshly. You know what I mean?
That's the hard part about battle rap. If you don't understand it,
what's it called again?
The Easter egg.
that's gaming terms too. The Easter eggs, man. You just gotta find.
Red would say that too. Like, you gotta find the Easter eggs.
You gotta find the little Easter eggs in it.
All right.
Why you asked me to say it and you knew it? You funny. You're funny.
Because you always talk about it. You learned it. You won't let it go.
I won't let it go, right? Because it's dope. I like that.
All right. So like I tell everybody that come up here, whenever you see these little dots, these are just lines that I thought was fire that we don't have to get into detail with.
I mean, it was a fire line getting into it. You know what I mean? Like,
what you mean?
He bled harshly.
Oh,
The doctors breaking the news to your mom like he's dead. Sorry. Got your family rocking Snake on a shirt. It's Ed Hardy.
I used to like Ed Hardy when I was younger.
I hated it.
You did?
I hated it. I hated Von Dutch. I hated Ed Hardy. I just wasn't for me. That was
the beginning of the tight shirt.
And the colorful clothing.
The tight shirts, the bike chain on the. I hated that. You know what I mean? But that was a style back then. And I just remembered. I'm like, yo, I thought back to the battle I had with B Magic, which is where the origin of the line came from. I thought back to the battle I had with B Magic, and I said, a head tap to turn his dad hat into a Von Dutch, and I was like, yo, that joint was so ugly. But I remember seeing a Ed Hardy shirt with like a skeleton and a snake running through the face of it. So I looked it up. I was like, oh yeah, so they did have snakes on the shirt.
Yeah.
Doctors, like your family rocking snake on the shirt. It's Ed Hardy. So that's where that line came from.
Okay, so the next line that I just jotted down: Minute Maid jug with the handle. We punch different. That was hard.
You heard?
That was hard.
I hear everything.
The way I dismantle was much different. Minute Maid jug with the handle. I punch different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen, you gotta understand. Like, I'm from a hood where you get the carton. And you get the jug every now and again, and if you get the jug, the fruit punch tastes so much more different than the cart.
True.
That's this always. I don't know why. And then on top of that, if you get the little
and they
bottle,
could both be Minute Maid.
Yeah, the same Minute Maid, the same fruit punch, same Minute Maid, same company. You get the jug it tastes different from the carton, and the carton tastes different from the little plastic bottle you can get for like $1. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
why is that? That's weird.
It's just every punch was different, so it was like a little creative way to say that, you know, I'm different with my approach right now. So that's the whole idea behind that.
Okay, Undertaker versus Undertaker. The gloves different.
You know, I just happen to have on my Undertaker jacket. You feel what I'm
dear.
saying? Shout out to Chalkline, sponsor me. Yeah, Undertaker versus Undertaker. I said Minute Maid jug with the handle. I punch different. You put in work. I put in work. The love's different. Undertaker versus Undertaker. The glove's different.
I got it, but I didn't see it in my head until somebody posted it.
Yeah, I posted it.
Oh, you posted it.
I
Okay.
posted it. What I started doing is like just posting little visuals and saying full battle and bio. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you'll find out when you watch the battle. But
thank God for this type of show, huh?
yeah, praise God, man. Thank God for this right here, honestly.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so basically that whole thing, it correlates to the like putting in work. You know, you got the work gloves. You know what I mean? You put in work, I put in work. The love's different. Undertaker versus Undertaker, the glove's different. And for those who are wrestling fans, you understand that there was a big match back in the day in the 90s where Undertaker had an imposter. And there was a difference in the gloves they wore. The original Undertaker, I believe he wore the purple gloves, and the imposter wore the gray gloves.
Gray, yeah.
And
I saw it in the picture.
Had no clue.
Yeah, so it was like showing the level of authenticity by the work you put in. Like the work you put in, work the gloves. So you think about the work gloves, but at the same time, Undertaker versus Undertaker, the difference was the gloves.
Yeah,
like, they look so much the same. So it was just showing the difference in authenticity.
So let me ask you this: battle rap is you guys are always doing stuff like that. You know, you're not reaching. I'm saying the word reaching, but not reaching. But you guys like to
correlate
where
things.
no man's gone before to be creative. But sometimes for me, it's too damn creative. Like I knew who the Undertaker was, but I didn't know he battled an imposter and they had different gloves. You know what I mean? It's like
that's a line specifically for my wrestling fans. Like they'll get it more. They'll be like, that was fine. Like it got a little reaction in the room. So a few people kind of understood that era, but it's like that's stuff for people that just want to look it up. But yeah,
I always say when Daylight was battling Mike P, and they were doing the Dragon Ball Z and
the Street Fighter scheme. Yeah.
Like I'm sitting there like, yo, this shit is whack. This battle is whack. But the crowd was going crazy.
That's how I am with those how you call it? I always say Marvel. But everybody always corrects me.
Yeah, the Marvel characters.
I never know. I'd be like, what? But whatever. All right.
R.I.P. to my mans, yo.
Yeah, didn't he just pass away today?
Yeah. R.I.P. to Stan Lee, man.
You heard Uncle Rob?
R.I.P. He's passed away today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's
a lot of people didn't even know, man. Like Stan Lee, if I'm correct, was in damn near every movie. And nobody knew that was him.
Everybody. He was in every movie.
Making them little guest appearances. Yep. Crazy.
Wow.
I mean, movies will never be the same with him now. Like, with him not there. They're going to have to do some CGI to keep his spirit alive in that sense. But, you know what I mean? R.I.P. Stan Lee.
Yeah, they can do that.
They can do it. They did it with Paul Walker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They did it with Paul Walker.
Yeah, they did.
They almost got away with it, too.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of people were not big on it.
Though.
Oh, yeah, of course. No, it was good. It was good for what it was.
Sheesh.
All right, so let's jump down. Now, this part I didn't understand.
Talk to me.
Not that I don't know the story, so I seen you call out that white boy from Long Island for the same fight.
Yeah, I seen you call out that white boy from Long Island for the same fight, and every time he ignored you like you ain't important. I said that ain't right. Well, your stats not as important. How does it feel knowing you'll never reach the same heights? It's the Black Mamba in Jordan. You're gonna face your whole career trying to replace Mike. So, Snake Eyes. I took the idea of Snake. And I took the idea of Kobe, who's known as the Black Mamba. Who, you know, if you know, the Black Mamba is a snake.
Okay.
And he's chasing after Mike P. The kid from Long Island, his name, you know, is Mike P.
Oh, okay. I think that's what we were talking about.
I didn't want to say Mike too many times in the scheme, so I said I seen you chase that white boy from Long Island for the same fight. And I say your stats not as important. Black Mamba and Jordan. So it's like your stats not as important. How does it feel knowing you'll never reach the same heights? The Black Mamba and Jordan. You're gonna spend your whole career trying to replace Mike, and
that situation is hypocritical.
That situation is hypocritical, if I'm saying the least. Ain't it backwards to see a black man chase the police? Like,
interesting stuff.
You know what I mean? Like,
even though his name is not Police, is it Police?
It's Policey.
Policey, okay.
But come on, nobody.
I know.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I was just making a comparison to how Kobe was always chasing Mike's career in a sense. He kind of got all his moves in a sense from Mike, and then like kind of emulated him in a sense. So like Snake is doing all this since his PG when he battled Rada. He's been calling out Mike P in every single battle, and Mike does not care. You know what I mean? So it's just playing off that. You're gonna spend your whole career trying to replace Mike.
Okay, so this is another line, bullet point, that I like. I'm talking no sleep. I just sleep on the train, pursuit of happiness.
I was like, yeah, I was saying to refute the trash he is, URL is well aware to recruit the savviest. Show what truth and passion is. I'm talking no eating. I just sleep and train, pursuit of happiness.
Right. And if anybody's seen the movie, you know that Will Smith slept in the train.
Slept in the train with his
son.
Yeah, just like, you know, like I was just saying, they called the...
I've heard a couple of pursuit.
Yeah, but not like that.
Probably not.
No, I don't think
Sleep
it was
and
that.
train. Like, just saying how passionate I am about this battle. I'm not even eating for this. I'm
I don't think it
stressing
was
every
like
night.
that.
I go to sleep late. I wake up, go over my rounds. It's like no eating. I just sleep and train, pursuit of happiness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, got it. That was better.
Yeah.
I was slow on the catch up.
Yeah, I was like, that's why I was like, the build up was to show the passion, like to refute the trash he is. URL is well aware to recruit the savviest, to show what truth and passion is. I'm talking no eating. I just sleep and train, pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
Sleep and train, sleeping on the train.
Yeah, sleep and train.
Yeah, and he didn't eat. He didn't have no money to eat. Okay.
That's crazy too. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. I'm talking no eating because they didn't eat at that time. They wasn't eating, and I'm talking no eating. I just sleep and train. Yeah, I was just trying to connect it with the sleep and train. You caught that?
Absolutely.
Look how God be working. Look how God be working, man. You feel me?
A church finger. All right, so that sums up round 1.
Yes, round 1.
And now we're going to transition into round 2.
Let's do it.
Now, round 2, according to your fans and the viewers, was your best round.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.
15 minutes of fame radio.
We're now stepping into 15 minutes of fame radio. Yeah.
That's my motherfucking jam right there.